Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, not gonna be before you long because teaching the three Bs today. So if you missed the three Bs conference, had a VIP call last night. Three sessions today, three 2 hour sessions. So that's 6 hours. Now we're about to do another 2 hour session, so it'll be 8 hours. But the next 2 hour session is Q&A, and then we'll have about an hour session tomorrow morning for our wrap up. Visit TonyGaskinsAcademy.com and you'll see the three Bs virtual conference where you can sign up and watch the replays. But wanted to touch on this because I saw this yesterday. A few people sent it to me and was like, Tony, what do you think about this? And the thing about it is, I serve Jesus Christ. And anytime I see a man or a person who doesn't know Jesus Christ, it's always an instant red flag for me. So when somebody is talking about Pan-Africanism and all of this stuff, to me, it just sounds like hogwash. It just sounds like a cop out, because with Christ requires discipline. Christ has boundaries, structure, rules and regulations. You can't just do what you want to do. And so when I heard that he was not a Christian and he would mock Christianity, I knew that the downfall was near. And not that Christians can't fall, because we can, because we make stupid choices as well. But I just knew it was a gimmick. And then when I heard about the fundraising to do a school, it's kind of tough to raise funds to do a school, because you have all these different people, and then the people get really nothing from the school. And then if you raise funds to do a school, schools are typically funded by the state that they're in, and grants and things of that nature. And so if you're raising funds from people, and that's what you're depending on, your school not really gonna last. And then I just could tell by his demeanor and how he would talk and the stuff he would say. And then when he said when he gets married, he wants 2 black queens, just all of that was red flags. And then now when the post I seen, I feel bad for the brother. Pray that he looks into Jesus Christ, gets to know Jesus Christ, and gets to understand that people like myself who are out here still learning, still growing, that we're not dumb, that we're not fools, and that we don't believe in a fairy tale, that Christ is real, that this is not a white man's religion, this is not a white American man religion, that Christ is real, and that the principles and the promises of the Holy Bible are very real. And although we make mistakes and we make stupid choices and we have an ignorance curve that we have to get through too, it's only one way, truth, and life. And so I'm praying for the brother that he turns his life around, that he humbles himself, that he can repent. I saw him in South Africa. I got to go to South Africa later this year. Him going kind of, puts a damper on me going, because now people going to be thinking, oh, you going to South, because the South Africans might be like, oh, one of y'all American scammers then came over here. Tony Gaskins might be an American scammer. And it's just so easy to get like gullible women to give you money if you are a crooked person, because there's so many women that they're giving you money as a single man with the hopes of being with you and being your wife. And you go to South Africa, I wouldn't doubt that he was over there asking them women for money. And American women pretty much on to it now. I think the American men too, it might be a handful that aren't, but I believe they probably are. And so it's one of those things of like, you got to be careful, and you got to always judge things the right way. And it's another testament too of how the media is fake, and how the media doesn't want, because I don't think the Breakfast Club in New York, I don't think they had anybody on their show more than Dr. Umar. And when you hear somebody speaking consciously about the black race and all this and all that, what we need to do, but then they're not building the black race with their own life by getting married, being faithful to a black woman, and having black children and raising those black children in a nuclear 2-parent faithful home, then you're a walking contradiction. And so for media outlets like the Breakfast Club to give a platform to a walking contradiction with all of the stuff that kept coming out, to me it was kind of like a bait and switch, because it was some rape allegations that was coming out against what's the guy, Charlemagne, and then it was fraud allegations coming out against DJ Envy. So it looked like they try to bring up other men who they know are flawed and crooked, so that it kind of takes the light off of them, and so that when those men get exposed and they fall, you're able to hide behind those guys and say, oh, well, look at y'all conscious, King Kong leader is imperfect and has made these mistakes and all that. So y'all don't look at me and my mistakes and the stuff in my past and the stuff I've done, because I've shown you another man that you thought was a leader and he's flawed just as well. And they do not, I went on the Breakfast Club because my publisher kind of had a publicist who kind of twist their arm, but since then they ain't called me back, and it's because our media don't really want real conscious voices. They don't want to represent, they don't want to showcase black men who are living what they teaching in the area that they teaching, who is actually trying to build a black community by being married, being faithful, raising productive citizens, raising kids who are productive citizens. And you have Dr. Umar out here, his daughter bashing him, selling him out, telling on him. I think it was some ex-girlfriend or girlfriend telling on him and all of this. And it's like, a man is only a man if his wife and children can say that he's a man. Whatever your wife and your children say about you, that's what you are. Because nobody knows you better than them. Your woman and your children. So if your woman and your children don't like you, it's a wrap for you. It is a wrap for you. You're not a man. You're not a man in the sight of God. You're not a man at all. You're not a man. And so it's unfortunate. My heart goes out to him. I got to teach here in 7 minutes. So I said I was just going to be on here 8 minutes. But I knew it was going to happen. I didn't really want to say anything or call it out or prophesy it. I never wish on nobody downfall or hope nobody fall. But I could tell the whole time that he was fake. But I just didn't say nothing because it was millions of people drinking the Kool-Aid. So I'm just like, I don't understand this. I'm like, I don't understand how people can't see that this is like what y'all call it, a hotel hustler. I'm like, I don't understand how this is like, how I started to feel weird. I'm like, man, I know for a fact I'm not no hater, but I'm like, Lord, did you give me a vision you ain't give nobody else? Like, I'm like, how are millions of people deceived? And it's another channel, I think it's called Art of Dialogue, and that's like his channel. Like the guy basically bring Dr. Umar on there every single week to talk about stuff. I never watch it because I'm just like, I can't listen to somebody that I can't respect. I can't listen to somebody who not living right and doing the right thing. I can't listen to a man that's not married and faithful. I can't do it. A man who of age, over the age of 35. Like, I'm gonna give you till 35 to get married and be faithful. If you're not married and faithful at 35, I can't listen to nothing else you're saying. I can't listen to you. Unless you're Apostle Paul. I can't listen to you. I'll be cool with you. I'll be friends with you, but I'm not finna let you instruct me on life. Because that's the hardest thing a man gonna do. Get married and be faithful. And then a man who not raising his kids and his kids don't love him and speak well of him, I can't listen to him. You're not a man. And so we got to really realize and start understanding what a man is and get that in our life and stop idolizing people just because they speak into our pain or speak into our fear or speak into our anger. And I think him kind of being an angry black man, it just played on people trauma and people pain and people self-hate and people disdain and anger against the white man. And it just, hate mongering, fear mongering, and all of those type of things. So people got, sucked into the trap, and then they went to giving all this money because they're like, oh, we got a black savior. We got somebody who love us and gonna fight for us and gonna go up against the system and go up against the white man and be the modern day Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. Yeah, let's give all this money. And it was a hustle. And now it's a hustle because what type of man that's over 40 years old don't have a credit card? Or like, I don't know, even a charge card. He's talking about his bank accounts is frozen and all of that. And so he's saying, send me a Zelle, send me a Cash App, send me a Apple Pay, and gave out his phone number. Like, that's a level of desperation. It's like, what type of man can't call a homeboy and say, bruh, can I borrow 500? Can I borrow 1,000? Like, who can't call nobody? What type of leader have nobody in their circle? Somebody like that, he should be able to, if he really solid and standing on business, should be able to call DJ Envy, Charlemagne, and Art of Dialogue and get 5-10 grand each from them. If you're a real good individual and you're a solid individual. I got a guy I could call right now and get $50,000 or $100,000 if I needed it, because of who I am, how I carry myself. I would never have to get online and give out my phone number for a Apple. I lay down before I do that. Listen, I up the blicky before I get online giving out my phone number for an Apple Cash. I got a nonprofit organization. We raise funds, but you could go to Tony Gaskins Elite on Instagram or Tony Gaskins and see what we doing for these young men, with these young men all around the country. So you could see what the work is being done. But just to be begging for personal, you talking about his personal account and his business account, it's like, come on, man. We got to wake up. And I'm going to tell y'all, the only way y'all going to wake up is you get to know Jesus Christ. If you don't know Jesus Christ, you going to keep being bamboozled. And you're not going to be able to tell the real from the fake. Point blank, period. Y'all keep hollering about, this white man religion, blah, 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 blah. You keep getting swamboozled because you think you know it all. So go ahead. Hey, get your life together. Get your life together, man. God bless you. Keep your head up. We're going to talk about it again in a little more depth. I just got to be on this here Zoom in 2 minutes. God bless you. All the important links in the description.